Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Rockband Manager. Rockband Manager is a game designed by Antoine Bauza of Seven Wonders fame and tons of other games, Takedo. Published by Fantasy Flight Games, plays 3 to 6 players. Is there a time on the box? No time. You're no more than an hour. If you're playing this in an hour, you're taking too long. And effectively, what you are doing is you are trying to get the best rock band. You're trying to acquire all these musicians to form the best band, to form the best gigs, get the best opportunities, and make the best albums. Hence the name Rockband Manager. So that's just a precursor of what the game is. Let's go down to the table and take a look at it because I can't wait to show you some components. Alright, so here's a game of Rockband Manager, all set up for 3 players. This plays 3 to 6, so it's going to be better at higher player counts because there's more competition because it's an auction game. But to set up, you're going to give each player one of these awesome guitars. So we have black, pink, and green, and a whole lot of envelopes that contain some money. Each of the envelopes are going to have a different amount on them, and they're going to be worth some decibels, which are points at the end of the game if you still have them. Then we're going to start with phase A. We're going to separate all the instruments, all the musicians out. So we have singer, drummer, bass, keyboard, and guitar. And we're going to shuffle each of those decks and flip one face up. And this is going to start phase A of the game. What we're trying to do is we are trying to auction to acquire the best band that we can get. We need to have one of all 5 instruments. And then we'll move into phase B, start performing concerts, recording albums, all that kind of thing. And we'll go into phase C, do the same thing for better points. And you're trying to be the band that has the most points. Now, let's talk about what the cards mean. So here's a card. It's going to show you what position they are in the band, so singer. Then you're going to have some stats down here. You have a total characteristic value. You have charisma, which is the red. You have talent, which is blue. And you have opportunism, which is yellow. And that's going to come into play in the next phase. Safe to say, you want to have the highest of all these numbers that you can get. That's going to give you more opportunities to take cards in the later rounds. So let's go ahead and start. So black will go first. What you're going to do when you're the first player is you're going to take your guitar and you're going to put it on one of these people that you want to auction off. So I'm going to go with Sid. So I want to auction off Sid. Then the player to your left, which will be green, they will get to start bidding on this character. So let's say they want to bid $2,000. Then it will come to pink. Pink can either go higher or pass. They're going to pass. They don't want that keyword player right now. So then it comes back to me. I can buy this character at $2,000, or I can pass and it will be greens. I want this one, so I'm going to pay the $2,000. So you have to take one of your envelopes of cash. You can only spend one, and you're going to acquire this character. I thought I had a $2,000. Yeah, $2,000. So I take the $2,000. It's out of the game. You show everybody, and it's gone. People know how many envelopes you have, but not how much money you have. Then I take this keyboard player, and I'll put him right there in my band. Then take my guitar back, and we flip another one. Then it'll be green's turn. They want to take, who do they want? You know, they're actually going to go with Tony Bonanza here. I like Tony Bonanza. I have a soft spot. Pink will pass. Black will pass because they don't want him. So green has an option. They can buy this one for their lowest envelope, which is $1,000, or they can spend their lowest envelope to recycle him to the bottom and flip another one out, which I think that's what they're going to do. So they will find $1,000. Again, no one's going to know what these are. There it is. So $1,000 out of the game. Tony Bonanza goes to the bottom of the deck, and we'll flip a new one. All right, then it goes to pink. They get to decide who they want to bid on, and they're going to go for this one. So, starting with me, I can bid. I like that one. I'm going to bid $3,000. Green will do 4. So it comes back to pink. Pink really wants that, so they'll pay the 4. Hopefully there's a 4 here. I don't want to overpay. Yeah, $4,000 out of the game. So then pink takes their guitar back and takes this character into their band. All right, so I'm going to fast forward and get a full band so you can see kind of what happens after that in the next phase of the game.
A few moments later.
All right, so now we have the bands. Everybody has a band. So then we're going to award some of these trophies here. So first player to get the full band, which would have been this player here, takes this one. First band. First player to have 5 musicians. So you get 5 decibels. They're in the lead. Next is the most promise. That means you have the weakest band. So you're going to look at your total characteristics and you're going to add them together. So 7, 17, 24, 32, 36, 5, 12, 21, 27, 35. So that's this one. And then the other one has the best band, so they'll get this one. So you're going to have a little bit of options for some points at the very beginning to try to get the best band. Now, let's move into phase B of the game.
12 seconds later.
All right, so phase B introduces career debut deck here. Now, a couple things are going to happen in this one. We're going to be trying to compete for gold, silver, and platinum, gold, and I don't know, gold, silver, and copper apparently, but it should be like platinum or whatever. Gold, silver, and copper. So first, second, or third best albums. The way that this phase works is we're going to take these cards and we're going to flip 5 columns. I'm going to try to make sure there's enough room here, but I'm not making any promises. It's a little tough because my table is small. Let's put this up here. All right, so this is column 1. And we go to 5, and then we have another row. We have 2 rows. Then, once we have this done, then we're going to start playing. So, what happens now is each player is going to pick a musician, going in first player, so this will still be first player for this. They're going to pick a musician, and they're going to take a card. If you look at this player's musician, these players' musicians here, you can see the numbers. This is where the numbers come into play. So if they wanted to pick this musician, they can take any red card up to column 4, because their value is at a 4, or less. Any blue card, which would be the album cards in row 1, which they can't do, or any opportunity cards, which match the diamond here, in row 1. And that's how those work. So let's go ahead and do that. They're going to take this character. It's in turn order, but you can just do it whatever because it doesn't matter. They're going to go here. Then black wants to... Do I have any red 5? I do not. So let's take... I'll just use my piddly guy here. I want to go right here and take this. And then green will use... They have a blue album. They'll use this one. And they are going to come try to get this album. All right, so a couple things happen here. If you're the only person to take the card, to go put your guitar on the card, you just get the card. So black gets this one. You're going to keep all of these, all the concert venues, all the albums in a stack with only one showing. So nobody, because sometimes some cards can get attacked and you don't want people to just take all, be able to pick what you want. So then pink will take this one. Get rid of those. You don't need to see those. And then green will take this one. Then what happens is the musician that you used goes face down. And we slide these over. So this is now row 1. You fill in all the gaps. And you bring new cards out. All right, and then we do it all again. So pink will get their thing, then green, then black. Now I want to show you what happens if there's a tie. So let's go ahead and create a tie here. So I'm going to do this one. I'll go here. Pink will do this one. They want to go there as well. And green will do their own thing. So I want to show you how an opportunity one works. So we'll go here and go there. All right. So green is fine. They get this card all to themselves. Your cash envelopes are worth $1,000 more and you win ties. So it's going to make their couple green ones a little bit better. That's just an ongoing power that they have. Then, these players have a tie. What happens here is, go ahead and flip these characters down. I guess we need them up still. They can flip theirs down. What happens now is we're going to do some blind bidding. You can take one cash envelope, put it in your fist, and reveal. You can bid an envelope, you can bid 0. So let's say I'm going to bid $3,000, and they're going to do the same thing, but they're going to bid 0. So I would reveal 3, they would reveal 0. I win the bid because I spent the most money, so that goes out of the game. I would then take this card. Then this player, now, according to their stats, any of these stats, they can take another card, basically uncontested. So let's do... Oh, and then when this player took this card, they should have also taken the top 5 cards of the deck and kept one. I forgot to do that because that's a yellow. So you get to draw 5 cards. I meant to show you that. And keep one, and they're going to keep a 5 concert venue, and this card gets discarded. Some of them are instant, and some of them stick around like the $1,000 one. Then these get discarded. So pink is just going to go over here, take some more concert venues. Then they'll flip over. And you're going to keep going like that through till everyone is taking 5 cards, using all of their instrumentalists. And then whoever has the most albums, so these cards here, will get the gold record, then silver, then copper. Then we get rid of all the B cards, and we bring in the C cards, which have this back, same kind of thing. Concert venues, the cool yellow cards, and albums, just higher points because you're better at playing music. And then you're going to keep doing that 5 more times, so you'd flip all your characters back over. You're going to add up all the points on your beginning awards, your gold trophy awards, these cards, because those are decibels, and any money that you have left will have a decibel count. So if I kept this 9,000, it's worth 5 decibels, and whoever has the most points is the winner. That's how you play Rockband Manager. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, so that was Rockband Manager. Now, let's talk about components. Da-da-da! Plastic guitars. How freaking cool is that? In 6 different colors. I love it. This game can be hot garbage. This automatically bumps it up 2 numbers for me. 2 numbers. So if it was a 6, it'll be an 8. If it was a 4, it'd be a 6. Because these are amazing. I love it. I can use those in so many of the games. I can use those in Thrash and Roll, Guar versus Time. Anything that's a music-themed game, these guitars can go in as a scoring pawn, player color marker, whatever. I love them. Let's also look at some of the art, because I do like the art as well. Let's look at the band. I like the art on the band members. The iconography is really clear. Note, you see what band instrument they play, their name, stats. The total stat is in the pick, which I think is awesome. I love all this. It's just great art. So all the characters kind of look like that. And then you got, you know, you can tell these apart. So the venues are going to look like that. You need charisma for that. There were decibels. Albums are all going to look something like that. Album. And then you're going to have some opportunity cards, which are going to have the diamond at the top and are not going to look like the other two. And they're going to give you either an instant ability or an ongoing effect. So pretty straightforward for all the iconography there. But man, the guitars are sweet. The rule book is a whole ton of pages. 22 pages for what's effectively a simple auction game. But that's a lot of pages for this. I don't play a ton of Fantasy Flight games. You've heard us rail on Fantasy Flight in the past. The only reason I'm playing this one because of the theme. I love it. But that seems like an awful lot of rules for a little tiny game. I feel like it could have been streamlined, maybe more in the rule book, less examples. There's so many examples of stuff that seems to really not need an example, but that's just my opinion. I guess if you've never played an auction game, it's nice to have those examples. So nitpick, but I think that's a pretty beefy rule book for what's going on in here. And I know that this is a common Fantasy Flight box size from this time period. Space Hawk Death Angel, Warehouse 53, or whatever that game is from Bruno Ferduti, are all in this kind of box. I don't love this box size, but again, plastic guitars, so who cares? Now let's talk about the game. What you saw in this game is what this game is. You're auctioning off to acquire the best band members. So I don't want to say you're buying them, but you're hiring them because you're a manager. Once you get your whole band full, then you're going to be using your band to play gigs, record albums, and just make the best of opportunities. Sign contracts with people, cause other people's bands to suffer. There's an overdose card which kills someone's band member, which is pretty rough. But yeah, that's it. A basic auction, and then kind of a little different auction in the next two phases, but still auction typey kind of thing. And effectively what you're doing is you're trying to score the most points. It's not a hard game to play. The rule book makes it seem like it's a lot harder than it is, but it's really just put your guitar on a card. No one else is competing for you. You get that card. You're just trying to have more points than everybody else. That's it. Not my favorite auction game in the world, but like I said already, it's already going to get an extra couple points added because plastic guitars. So that's going to bump it up from probably a mediocre game to where it's going to now be in the BGM accepted range. And I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Rockband Manager from Fantasy Flight Games. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.